They absolutely squished my last live stream. I can't even see it on my channel anymore. Like, it's just gone. It got vaporized. Um, that has been the fourth live stream in the last 8 that I'm in a city or in a location where my live stream should not get cratered, and it absolutely gets cratered. And there's no reason why. Like, I have signal and everything. Um, that was weird. I just see the shit. Anyway, all right. So I'm not sure which live stream it is or if anyone's going to see this, but in any case, so let me try again after they squashed that last live stream. Let me put live chat so I can see what the hell's going on. All right, there we go. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, the dude, what's going on? Man, they just killed another one of my live streams. Like, I was 4 minutes in and it's gone. It's not even like partially uploaded or anything. It got vaporized. Yeah, I guess I offended the, hey, what's up, Nanya? I offended the internet gods. So I went to work. They canceled the meeting on me. So what I wound up doing, I took about 30 minutes, had a little window, and I went to every freaking place I could think of. So I went to corporate sources, corporate security types, mainstream media, fringe media. It's still playing in the other, it's just frozen. Oh, that's a hot mess. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened to that live stream. It absolutely cratered. That's just weird. I've been getting my live streams squished lately. I don't know who I offended or if I said the wrong word somehow, but it's like, you will say nothing and you will like it kind of thing, and then we're gone. Anyway, man, that helicopter's been circling. I wonder if he's headed to the airport. It's not a military chopper. It's one of those little black helicopters. I'm wondering if it's like it's all jet black and it has like this faded writing. I wonder if it's one of those police choppers or something. Anyway, so I went to all these sources and I tried to find that list that I had gotten from another creator on another platform that it's absolutely propagating all over TikTok and Instagram at the moment. And I wanted to see, okay, allegedly, yeah, we did. I'll talk about that in a minute, but that's an actual, I think that's an industrial screw up, but I haven't read enough about it. Hudson Valley was kind enough to point it out to me. Hey, Deuce, while I was driving, I was actually in the truck, and I get a text, and I had Siri read it, and it says, "Hey, Pete, heads up," and that came from Hudson Valley. And so I replied, "What's going on?" And he said, "Sending you pics," but I couldn't see him because I was driving. So it's actually northeast of Houston by about an hour. I know the area. The problem is where that chemical fire has occurred, the prevailing wind comes off the Gulf of Mexico, and it likes to go to the northeast. If you look at the way hurricanes go, they kind of come up the Gulf of Mexico and then they curve and go up toward like Atlanta, toward that northeast. And yes, by Livingston. But they're shelter in place in a few places already. But in any case, I'm looking at that list. I could find that list nowhere in one big compilation on any of the websites. I went to DHS, FBI, State Department, the corporate resources I have, and what did I do? I did break it. Oh, south of our farm, which means if you're in Houston, Nunya, it's gonna blow up toward Lake Livingston and toward the Trinity River. Up. Hey, Tiger. Hey, Moonsprout. That's gonna suck. That's part of the reason I got those masks, the mirror masks I put in the video the other day, was because in West Texas, even though I don't have anything immediately around me, there's wells and whatnot, And there are tank batteries out here, which every now and then they get hit by lightning and they explode, right? And it just is what it is. Oh, Joe's having a day. But in any case, I could not find that whole list of cities in any one place. Hey, Marco. And as I was saying earlier, if any two or three of us sat down over a pizza and some beer and said, okay, if we were bad guys, what 30 cities would we list? It would probably be that exact list. So, and hence why I titled that video, here's the list allegedly, because it's like, well, a lot of them were no-brainers. I was kind of amused that the whole state of New York was included as one big alert. But then you think about it, New York State has a very large Jewish population and a large Muslim population. So you have people on the extremes, and not every Muslim's pro-Palestine and not every Jew is pro-Israel, right? So it's a little east of the new test site. No, it depends what they spill out in the air, that's for sure. Oh no, Deuce, I did not hear that. And we're going to see that stuff because they're pecking away at the internet back and forth. But I couldn't validate that list anywhere. Hey, Loretta. Hey, Random. So hopefully my phone doesn't overheat or anything like it did yesterday. I couldn't validate the entire list. Now, the list made sense, a lot of it. Some of it didn't. Why Raleigh and not Winston-Salem? Why Charlotte but not... Well, Charlotte makes sense because it's a port city too and they have the airport. But Virginia Beach wasn't on there, but another city in Virginia was. So it's kind of hard to pinpoint. I guess if you look at a map and you zoom it out, you could find something to say, oh, well, maybe they're after that. So bottom line is, folks, I went to every resource I could. As interesting as that list was, I can't validate it from another source other than other creators who've been talking about it. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. Some of them made sense. Houston, Dallas, those would be, you know, targets of any organization. New York City, duh, they've attacked it before. Freaking Godzilla kills New York like every 5-10 years. They make a new Godzilla movie and Godzilla kills New York or kills LA, or what was the last one? The new Godzilla with those damn flying things. Did they kill LA or San Francisco in that movie? I can't remember. Anyway, but you know, there's certain cities always get attacked in the movies. So some of these are kind of like, well, that's a no-brainer. I knew that was going to be on the list. Yeah, they did kill Vegas because the thing, that one tick-looking thing, it crawled out of the nuclear waste mountain in Nevada, and then it went and killed Vegas. And then it had a fight with the helicopters, and it flew away and fought with something else. And then Godzilla killed it. But, yeah, I couldn't validate the list, guys. So take the list as a good trial exercise. But, you know, again, like I said yesterday, allegedly, this is the list someone talked about. Could be sleeper cells. Hey, Moldy, what's going on? Hey, Tiger. So the other thing, and it's been brought up in the chat, is the chemical plant fire that has caused a shelter-in-place in Houston. Any of you who've lived in Houston, I lived there for 14 years, one of my favorite towns. Unfortunately, it's surrounded by chemical plants, and it also has the Johnson Space Center, which is, you know, mission command for NASA, Ellington Joint Reserve Base, which was where one of my guard units used to be. My son's unit's down there now. You know, Houston's just a major city, right? And Moldy, I haven't even eaten breakfast or lunch yet. My whole day got discombobulated. That tacos sound good though. So that's a great scenario. That's a real life scenario, right? Because the refineries catch fire like every other year. One of the refineries catches fire, something blows up, and people shelter in place. Hey, Little Owl. So you want to, couldn't count on those being the only ones or even the definitive ones. No, and honestly, even if it was released officially, I don't think they'd put everything on there. Hey, Pennsylvania, what's going on? EMT, yeah. A hard copy book is always good. Um, hey Skydive, hey Random. I that kind of situation is a real life situation, right? What happened in Ohio, the derailment, even if it wasn't anything evil, it was still, you know, a train derailed and spewed shit everywhere. Then now we have a chemical fire spewing stuff. Now, what concerns me, the way it's blowing, for those of you familiar with Houston and that part of Texas, hey, Papas, allegedly one of the blimp hangar was on fire. Damn video. A blimp hangar? I did not know that. No, the explosion in Texas, I think it's a chemical. Somebody screwed up in a chemical plant. The problem is where it's located, and the prevailing wind will blow that garbage over Lake Livingston, another lake, which I think also serves as a reservoir for Houston, and then drop chemical into the Trinity River. And that could be a contamination issue. But yeah, that sounds, the way it looks, that looks like a damn industrial accident. Someone screwed up. Some of the companies are just, they got to stay on their game, man, because they don't check their safety systems, and then everything takes a dump. Hey, she said. So again, another scenario where you'd have to either lock down in place or bug out. Thank you, Papas. I appreciate that, man. And here comes the chopper again. He's making circles. Okay, he went this way. I thought it was a life flight, right? Because we have oil field and we have the big wind farms and solar farms out here. So I figured maybe it was... but he's making these weird circles. The hospital's to my left, or to my right. He's not going toward the hospital. Hold on. That's a weird, it's not a military chopper. It looks like a news chopper, but it's the wrong color. Be safe, Marco. Hey, book club. He's been making circles, but over, like he's circling something over here. But it's not a police chopper, because they usually have, you know, like police on it. And it's not military, because those things are big and they go, like they have a very neat thumping sound to the military choppers. He just keeps going back and forth. I don't know what he's looking for. That's kind of weird. It's just so much weird shit. Anyway, it's news. I'm telling you. They're going to have my truck in the news later. Be like, hey, look, this idiot live streaming and the chupacabras are running around the street. That would be my luck, right? Be in the middle of a zombie apocalypse doing a... dilution is the solution to pollution. My concern is some a-hole driving what? Around. Deuce, that would be... That's something I suspected. All those fires occurring as fast as they did. I've always been suspicious of that. Especially when there was no lightning. Now, you had a lightning storm and things caught fire. That makes sense. That's nature. But some of this stuff... But in any case, folks, so I looked everywhere I could. Hey, Magic. I couldn't, and anyone I missed in the chat, I apologize. I got mesmerized by that damn helicopter. Here he comes again. Shit, I want to see. Y'all gonna laugh at me right now. Hold on. So in case you're wondering, I do keep binoculars in my truck. This is how I find locations when I can't figure out. I don't know if I can focus on this freaking idiot. Oh shit, where the fuck did he go? Oh, he just sped his ass up. No, turn the other way, I can't see you. Oh, now I see the ass end of the helicopter. Okay, well that kind of sucked. I wanted to see if I could see the writings on him. But apparently no, he just sped up. Now he's hauling ass the other way. See, this is all fun and games, and then you read like, oh, Texas has had the aliens attack. Anyway, that's a weird chopper. I've never seen him before. and I usually pay attention because we have a lot of life flights from, you know, work accidents, and very, you know, I want to make sure it's not one of my people. So if something comes in, I'll talk to my safety guy, like, hey, I just saw a life flight. Oh yeah, I should look at the hey, Resistance, what's going on? I should look at flight radar. The reporter's in the wrong area. Well, there's nothing going on in this shopping center, I'll tell you that much. It's like about as exciting as a passed out drunk on the floor. Although those can be funny too. I'm gonna move over here because the sun's kind of in my face. So anyway, folks, that list, I went through all the sources I could think of. I could not validate every one of those cities in one big list. You could see some, like, you know, FBI put out a few days ago an enhanced terror list or terror alert, but it was the usual: LA, Chicago, New York, Dallas. It wasn't anything like we could have come up with that over, you know, like a beer and a pizza. So I can't validate the list. It's a good, interesting list. It makes you kind of wonder about other locations that we may not think of. Hey, Red October, that could be at risk, but I couldn't validate it. No matter where I went, I didn't see that one list anywhere. So Bush Jr.'s color system, yeah, the color system. That just confused the shit out of people. You know, a lot of people are putting on the videos, oh, this DEF CON has changed. I promise you, none of us will know accurately if DEF CON has changed because, like, the feds are not going to share that with everyone else. They'll simply state, we're in an enhanced alert. They like that word, enhanced. So hold on, somebody just, too few cities on the list. Yeah, and the cities, some of them made no sense to me. I don't know what to make of it. So yeah, I wouldn't take it too seriously. It's an interesting list. If you are, if you live near one of the cities that was on the list, you may want to do some homework and say, okay, if I'm on a terror list, hypothetically, what's around me? Why the hell would they come here? Are they going to blow up Walmart? I mean, you know, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I'm not super concerned about the list because half the cities, or the ones I would have come up with 5 drinks in me on my own, and the other ones make no sense. A few of them were kind of surprising because of their proximity to things I didn't know about, like a nuclear power plant or something. But in any case, kidnapping targets, yeah, that would be interesting, kidnapping people in malls. But in any case, folks, you know, it's just one of those things, rookie numbers. No, 5 drinks get my creative juices flowing. I still want to be coherent enough to read and type. You know, 52 drinks and then you're passed out. You really can't think of anything at that point. In any case, folks, I can't validate that list. I'm in a cornfield, basically. I'm in a desert with, like, little cities in it, which makes no sense. And a lot of pump jacks and cattle and foxes. And my corgi wanted to fight with a fox the other day. They're about the same size. And the corgis wanted to kick its ass. It took off. He's like, fuck these potatoes, and it ran away. And I didn't want my dogs getting in a fight with a damn wild fox, and then they have to get shots and whatnot. So, but the fox bailed. In any case, folks, I can't validate that list anywhere. It's an interesting list. I would be concerned if you do live... So from Houston going northeast toward, like, Bossier City, Louisiana, that eastern border of Texas, you are probably at a contamination risk right now. So, you know, bring your animals in if you have any livestock or your pets. If you're in that area, you may want to avoid the contaminants. If you do get that stuff settling on your property, you may want to wash it away with a water hose once it's settled. Don't go out there and inhale the shit. Really not much you can do. For the folks that used to live in Baytown near those refineries, some of them had really good tips in my old Houston mag, which was very loosely organized, how to seal up your windows and whatnot. Loretta and Richmond, you probably, whatever was in the air would probably already dissipate or land onto the soil way before it gets to Richmond, depending on how bad the burn is. No, this is pretty nasty stuff, Joe. You can't see through this smoke. This will jack someone up more so than the normal garbage we inhale will jack you up. But in any case, you take appropriate precautions if you're in that area. Watch your local news. They'll have alerts, I'm sure. But as far as that terror list, y'all, hey, Rocky Mountain, I went to corporate sources, government sources, law enforcement, wherever I could. And other than there is an increased risk because of the Israel-Hamas thing, I saw nothing validating the entire list. They mentioned some of the cities were going to have protests and marches, but it's the same ones. And NOP shut down I-10 again due to super fog. Yeah, the fog will kill more people than the damn terrorists. Jeez. That last wreck, by the way, wasn't on I-10. It was the big bridge across the lake, right? Across the Pontchartrain. Isn't that where that big wreck happened? 2 weeks ago? Folks, really, I couldn't validate that list. The individual, hold on a second here. The individual, hold on. So, I froze there for a bit. I was fighting with the phone again. In any case, take that list with a grain of salt. Stay focused on your basics, your food, your water. Hey, prepping artists, pay down debt, the financials. The list is interesting, but again, I looked everywhere I could think of, and I couldn't verify or validate any of those cities other than the ones who are clearly obvious, the New York, LA, Chicago, etc. So I wouldn't give yourself a heart attack over that. Just stay focused on the basics. Learn from stuff that's actually happening, like this chemical fire, like the Ohio. Those things can cause problems for people's homes. But right now, other than elevated threats due to what's going on, let it go. Awesome. You froze. Be like Elsa and let it go. There's a variation of that song that's not for family-rated programs that's really funny. But yeah, folks, stay with your basics. Don't freak out over that list. Honestly, any one of those cities a lot of them would make sense anyway. We all could have come up with that on our own. List spots, North Carolina, it would make some sense. Raleigh's the state capital. Okay. And Charlotte has a major airport and is a banking center. Okay, I could see that then, Resistance. So EMT, look at the tough box safe. You have to, depending on what you're driving, you can bolt them into your vehicle. And mine, I actually have one that would accommodate a longer pew if I need it. So if I go on a long trip and I'm taking my truck, I'll actually throw one in there. Depending on what I'm doing too, because if I'm going out into a hunting area, I'm going to take the bolt action. Whereas if I go to other areas, I may take something else, depending on what I think I'm going to deal with. But you can find them anywhere from 200 to 400, depending on what you're looking for and what you're driving. I got mine for $100 because a guy was transferring overseas. He was selling the car and he offered the truck safe for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and my wife saw it and she jumped on it. So in any case, folks, yeah, and PAEMT, if I gave you the wrong name or you can't find it, email me and I can't look at the truck right now, but I'll send you a picture of what I got in the back. Yeah, Pelican has a bolted on case too. Hey, Wolfang. So folks, the cities, I can't validate them anywhere, not the whole list. I can validate a few, but the ones I can they kind of make sense, right? The other ones, anyone's guess. There comes the damn chopper again. I can see him. He's right. What's he circling? See, now I'm curious. I want to go over there and be nosy. Watch, I'm going to go over there, and then you read about my truck getting shot up in the news. That is not a life flight, and it is not a police chopper. I don't know what he's doing. That's just weird. Well, anyway, folks, I'm going to have to jump on a conference call here in about 15 minutes, so I got to find somewhere to grab a soda or coffee and log in. But anyway, look, stay with your fundamentals. Don't panic over that list. Study it. It's interesting. And, yeah, amen, Loretta. But don't freak out. Stay with your basics, and whatever you do, don't listen to anybody who's saying run up your credit cards, refinance your home, whatever the hell they're saying out there. Don't do it. Because at some point, hey, happy birthday, Papas. I didn't know. At some point, you're going to, thank you, Casey. I promise you they'll want their money back. So if you run up debt in a panic because some guy or girl freaked out and was like, buy all this stuff, buy what makes sense, and there are a lot of good channels that have affiliates, and you want to help them, that's fine if you're going to get it anyway, but don't buy it and screw up your finances. Don't do it. Don't take care of your shit, because remember, the banks are always going to try and collect at some point. So, but anyway, you guys be good, be safe. Devil Dog, we will be having a commemorative shoot on Friday. And I have a Marine, and then 2 ladies we work with will be on my clay shooting team. It'll be a 4-person team. And it's the board members. One is a former MARSOC guy, and the other one is a very insane Coast Guard guy who got involved in the interdiction shit, and he has all sorts of stories. So he's probably gonna see this one day and go, what the fuck, man? But yeah, we're gonna do a commemorative shoot, and then we're gonna go drink beer. We tried to do it the other way around, and that was really bad. So we're gonna shoot first, drink later. So anyway, God bless Marines, Semper Fi. For those of you out there, happy birthday to the Corps and all my fellow service members. Rock on. I will see you guys later on, but take it with a grain of salt. You guys be safe, be careful, make good decisions. We'll see you later.